Hey, what is up guys? This is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the DC Comics Designer Series Greg Capullo's GCPD Batman 2-pack from DC Collectibles. Now taking a look at the front, we can see that the figures are showcased in a large-scale window box packaging. Turning the box around, we can see the other three figures from this wave, including Aquaman, Green Lantern, and Superman. So with the box out of the way, let's crack these figures open and see what we have inside. And here is GCPD Batman out of the box. And man, I might be a little biased, but this set is definitely an amazing one to get. This has got to be the best Greg Capullo figure that we have ever received. But before we take a closer look at the figures, let's take a look at the accessories. Now this figure only comes with a few accessories, one being an upper torso piece to insert into the mech suit, a helmet, and a gun. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at GCPD Batman. Alright guys, now we're going to take a look at the Armored first. This is a really cool suit that this guy's got going on here. It's basically a police bat suit, which I think is really cool. I do love the aesthetics of this. The paint apps are just really sharp and crisp throughout the entire figure. Most of the figure is done in a very metallic blue, which comes out really nice in person. I do love that quite a bit. Like I said, all very clean. It is backed with some flat blacks, like in some of the sections with the elbows and the hands. Even this belt piece right here, whatnot, the knees and the feet, all done in a flat black. I do love the crisp black logo right across the chest right here, and I do dig this. You get the red and blue lights, police lights on the front and on the back, which I think are really cool. Just overall, just a really nice design. I love what Capullo does with his artwork, and seeing things like this, just to me, I just add more depth to his artwork, so I absolutely love it. We get some nice paint detailing on the arms and the white right here, and on the shoulders and things like that, even on the helmet right up here with these stripes, and on the back, things like that. Look very well. I think the sculpt is great. All looks really good. Just really clean, and I love how streamlined the suit really is. It's really cool. And it's weird too, because the mask right here almost seems like it's clear, but it doesn't. It's really weird how they got this effect, because it kind of looks like it's just painted or maybe just molded in this weird black that almost makes it look like it's translucent. So it's pretty interesting how they did that. I love these long pointed ears that we kind of got going on, like antenna kind of thing going on. That's really cool. So you can actually just slide that off, and then we do get Batman's face right in there. Again, I think that's really cool, just like that. Even without the helmet on, I think it looks really cool. And I believe this is this exact same head sculpt that we get with the other actual Batman figure in this set, so that's really awesome. And what I do like about this, you can actually lift this section up, and we get, you can see his upper torso actually in the suit, so you can even display it just like that. And I think that would be really cool, you know, just as is, just like that, without the helmet, and just displayed just like that. And I love all the little gears and wires you can see sculpted in this area, even here in the lid, just like that. And you can actually take this whole section off, and it's just a little floating torso piece. And taking a look in there, you can kind of see more of the sculpt detail, the circuitry and things like that on the inside. So if you want, you can really just kind of just display the suit as is without the helmet, if you want, and just have the Batman figure kind of standing next to him, you know, kind of just like that, and the suit separately. So that's really cool. So we just slide that back in, and then close that shut. I think it's really good. So let's take a look at articulation. Your head is on a ball joint, just like that, just like a standard figure, left and right, and up and down. Now, even with the helmet on the inside, there are little sections, little holes in there that fit right over the ears of the cowl. So that holds on very tight. Even with the helmet, you get a lot of good motion. You still see it left and right, up and down, a little bit of pivot, and rolls around very, very good. The shoulders are a little, you know, they're not really as dynamic as I'd like, so they do go up and down, very, very nice. They go out about that far, so not a whole lot of motion, but it's okay. No bicep cut whatsoever. I guess that is because this sculpt is a little more flat and streamlined. They didn't want to disrupt that, so we get nothing like that whatsoever. We only get a single bend at the elbow, so it only goes about that far. Now the hands are interchangeable. We do get the closed-fisted hands and the open palm hands, and those are just on pegs, and they come off really, really easy, and they hold in there very, very nice. When you push them in there, you'll hear a little click, and they're locked in there solid. So those will rotate left and right because of those pegs, as well as hinge, you know, in and out, just like that. We do get a cut right there at the lower torso. This allows it to rotate left and right. And one thing that's a little disappointing with this, his hip joints only allow him to kick forward about that far and back even more. Nothing, he cannot kick out whatsoever. No splits, nothing like that. I guess you can do those type of splits, but he cannot kick out at all. And then no thigh cut. We do get double jointed knees that look very, very nice, and I love the elbow, or the knee pad right there that covers the joint. That looks really, really clean. I like that a lot. And we do get an ankle joint, allows you to point the toe up and down, and swivel side to side like that, and no ankle rocker. And because he can't kick out anyways, you don't really need an ankle rocker, so it's not too bad. So I do love this suit. I think all the Capullo figures are just fantastic, and I just love this piece. So now with that out of the way, let's take a closer look at the Batman figure. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Batman figure from this set. If I'm correct here, and I'm pretty sure I am, this is actually supposed to be Jim Gordon as Batman from one of the books. Now, if that's how it is, then damn, they nailed this figure. And I'll actually say right off the bat, this might be the best Capullo Batman figure that we've ever received. And you'll see a little later why. Now the suit, to me, is just fantastic. Straight black, little hints of yellow with the more newer Rebirth Batman logo across the chest, which I think looks really, really cool. We get a simple yellow belt with some great detailing in the buckles and straps and things like that. I think it looks very, very nice. And we got his little yellow, like chevron emblems right here. I'm assuming that's supposed to be his rank in the GCPD, so that's really, really cool. I like that a lot. I love all the sculpted lining that we get throughout the suit. You can see here up in the upper torso, even going down the legs, just like that. All around the suit and the arms and things like that. All really nice sculpt. I love the flat black that they use for this. It's almost like it's a matted black. And also even the head sculpt, I think, is great. Again, I think that's the best Capullo head sculpt that we've seen for a Batman figure. I absolutely love it. Just the sharpness of the ears, you can really see how sharp those are, and those will poke you. You can kind of see how they'll dig into my skin right there. Those will poke you. The white eyes, it just looks so intense. I absolutely love that a lot. You know, really, really simple paint apps, and that's all you really need for a figure like this. We do get his little strapper here. I believe this is a type of like taser or something like that. I don't remember exactly, like a stun gun. I really don't remember, but even that's really nicely painted and detailed. I like that a lot. It is a little tricky getting into his hand, honestly. It's really, really tight, and the trigger finger doesn't quite get in there all that well, so you can't hold it. But as you can see, it's a little crooked, but you can, you know, get some okay poses with it, and I think it'll work just well for you guys. And then the little holster is more of a softer plastic, so it will stretch a little bit when you put the gun in there, so that's not too bad. Now I want to talk about articulation here, because I think this is where this figure really, really shines. Now, I love the Capullo figures from the past. I think they were really well articulated for what they were, but this guy just takes it a little step further, which I absolutely love. So again, his design is simple, real streamlined, clean. I love that. But his articulation is fantastic. So he does have a ball joint, works very, very well. You can see how it rolls around just like that. Does turn left and right, looks up pretty far, even down pretty good. I do like ball joints at the shoulders, allows it to go all the way up and down and out pretty good. We do get a bicep swivel in there, allows it to rotate left and right. A single bend at the elbow, which is really nice, as well as rotation at the wrist. I love that a lot. We do get an ab crunch feature, allows it to crunch over forward, really nice and tight, and I've actually fiddled with this already. Sometimes when you get this figure, it might seem like you're gonna break it. I would suggest heating it up before you do so, but you can crunch it back about that far, as well as crunch it forward about that much. It's just a really tight joint, and I'm kind of glad it is. We also get a swivel in there, allows it to rotate left and right. Now this is one thing that I was really disappointed in with the other Capullo figures. You can kick forward with the hip joint just like that, not too far, but it's okay, and you can kick back about that far. But with the other figures, you cannot do this. He can fully do the splits, which is awesome. That is one piece of articulation that I feel really lacked in the Capullo figures, and I'm so glad they finally did it. Because with the other figures, you can only kick about like that much. It was about that. That's all you can really do. But with this one, you can kick all the way out, which is really cool. So you can really get some kicking poses and things like that. I think it was really good. His crotch is a little bulky if you look at it like that, but I mean that's not too terrible, honestly. And then we do get a thigh cut in there. It does it rotate left and right, double jointed knees, and I love the sculpt of the knee because it flows very naturally, and that looks really good. We do get an ankle joint. Yeah, it seems like this ankle, it seems to be ball jointed actually. So you can point the toe up and down just a little bit, but it does rotate just like that left and right. And then there's no ankle rocker, and that's kind of one thing I do wish it had, was a little bit of ankle rocker. Since he can do those splits, an ankle rocker is somewhat necessary, but it's okay. So overall, like I said, I truly think this is probably the coolest Capullo Batman figure that we received from DC Collectibles. I think it's such a beautiful piece, and especially with the suit that we got here too. I think this is just such a great set. I think it's absolutely amazing. I am so glad to have it in hand right now and check it out here with you guys, and I think you would absolutely love it too for your Batman collections. So for a quick size comparison, here they are standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your designer series comparison, here is the Batman figure standing next to a couple other Greg Capullo Batman figures in my collection. And for your armored suits comparison, here is the armor standing next to the Thrasher suit Batman, also from Greg Capullo. And just for fun, here they are standing next to little Lego Bat-Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the DC Comics designer series Greg Capullo's GCPD Batman from DC Collectibles. Now the armor does lack articulation in some parts, but more makes up for it with an awesome sculpt and beautiful paint apps. But where that lacks in articulation, the Batman figure itself more than makes up for it, with all kinds of range of motion and a beautiful sculpt and paint apps as well. So if you're a huge fan of Greg Capullo's art, or just a die-hard Batman fan, then I think this set is definitely a must-get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.